Hello guys, and welcome back to my last video of this section. In this video, we will look into basics of unit testing of our Android application. So first of all, you may have asked this question, why write unit tests? We write unit tests to improve and maintain product quality with less manual QA effort, increase confidence when shipping, perform routine checks human can't perform, help you write better code. Next, you may be thinking, why unit test cases first, not UI test cases? Because unit test cases are fast to run and measure coverages. To start unit test our code, you need to keep two main points in your mind. First, if you have developed your application using MVC or no design pattern at all, then you have to refactor your code to MVP. Testing the view model in MVVM is the same as testing the presenter in MVP. So if you are using MVVM or MVP, you can write unit test cases easily. Refactoring takes more effort because it's tough. This separates your app logic from Android specific stuff like activity and fragments. Second point, write test cases and run test cases are profitable. You will only need one thing to remember. Separate your app logic from Android specific stuff. Getting from no unit test to having some proper unit test is tough. You will be writing hundreds and thousands of tests in no time. What could be more exciting than getting your test coverage increase week by week? Just imagine how proud you would be showing your unit test cases success to your fellow Android engineers and employees. So let's start with our first unit test. This is our same application which we have developed after MVP section. Final product of MVP section is this application. We are using the MVP application and now we are going to write our unit test cases and we are going to test our presenter. To test our presenter, you need to keep in two things in mind before you start. First, go to your Gradle file and add dependencies. I have already added them. Test implementation JUnit 4.12 if it already didn't add it. Most of the time when you create your application, it is already added in your application, but if not, then you can add it. Second, for mocking of our application, add Mockito. Test implementation or Mockito. I am using 1.10.19. After adding the dependencies, sync your project and then go to your test package. Click on test package and create our first test application class presenter test. Here we are going to test our presenter. To test our presenter, we need presenter instance as well. Main presenter. But to initialize presenter, we need the instance of our view. It means we need to create mock object of our view. So let's create add mock private main contractor dot main view. There you. Now you have your mock implementation of your view. But before we start our unit test cases, we need to initialize these objects. For this, we use annotation before click void setup main presenter. Now we're gonna initialize Mockito annotation as well. Mockito annotation dot initialize mock this and initializing main presenter to new main presenter, and we are gonna pass our mock main view in our main presenter. In our main presenter, we have only one function to test. On button click. So let's start with our first test with annotation test public void test on click. There you go. Now main presenter dot on button click need to pass some string. You can pass test string. That's all. We have write our first test case here. To test our on button click, have passed some dummy string. To run our test, go to your presenter, right click and run presenter test. Now it's running, you see, and it has run one test pass, you can see. So our first test cases has passed. We have completed with our test cases. We will be writing more test cases in our further tutorials. So in conclusion, I would like to say I can't promise writing unit cases will always be easy, but I promise it's going to be worth it. Our next section will be application UI.